I lost my dad. It was 10 years ago, actually. No matter what, like, I never thought in my life that I would ever get cancer, even with my dad having it. Like, I've had no symptoms. Like, this came out of the blue from a bunch of different jaw pain and things like that. It was a surprise. I was so pissed um, for so many reasons. My mom has to go through, like, something else, like another hard time, I guess. We've just lost a lot of people. It's rocked my world. Like, everything is on pause. The biggest thing I've always told myself, which may seem morbid, but I lost my dad. He had such a good outlook on life. And even like he was diagnosed with cancer, and then 3 weeks later he passed away. I just always told myself, if something were to happen to me, like, God forbid I were to get cancer and here we are, that I wouldn't just dwell on it, like sit in bed and kind of like, woe is me. I think it was a good kind of way to take on this, but I think it kind of kicked me in the butt in a way. It stemmed from, I fell down the steps and kind of like, I don't know, messed up, I guess, this whole type area, and it kind of started, don't want to say like bleeding, but like went up into my jaw, went into my head. I don't get headaches often, but it was giving me like migraines. Working at an athletic department, I actually was able just to go down to the first floor. I saw some of our athletic trainers. They put me in a sling. I saw all the doctors. I got MRIs, x-rays. I honestly was tapped out after like 6 months they had put me in physical therapy. That wasn't helping. I finally was, which is bad, sick of everything. And I just kind of stopped and I just kind of dealt with it all until it was like probably 7 months later. I was out to eat with friends, and like I all of a sudden like couldn't chew and like open my jaw, and it felt, I guess, TMJ-ish, like locked. I went to the dentist. They recommended me to another physical therapy place. They started looking at more my head and my neck, all of that stuff. I actually got denied by like a neurologist. They said they wouldn't see me. They needed to send me to pain management. And I was like, I've been in pain management, I think, for like 2 years. Can I please see a doctor? I actually got in with a neurologist there, and she was thinking it could have been trigeminal neuralgia, potential MS, and things like that. So she actually ordered MRIs on the thoracic and my brain. Cancer never crossed my mind, to be honest. So a month later, I go and get these exams, and naturally I'm scrolling through my chart, like obsessing over, the results. They came in, and did I put them into ChatGPT and ask them to translate them to me? I did. So it didn't really say like lighting up everything. So it just kind of said there was a tumor, and I saw the doctor. He did say the words that he's like, I can see why you're freaking out, because this could breed that you do have cancer. And I'm like, instantly, just spiraling. They recommended I see a pulmonologist. So he wanted to get a biopsy, like, as he walked in, and he said, with my mom sitting there, it is cancer. And I was so pissed, for so many reasons. Um, More so, I don't know, even for me, but like my mom has to go through like something else, like another hard time, I guess. We've just lost a lot of people. Um, whew, but it was just, again, something I never thought that I would hear. He wasn't really able to tell me the aggressiveness or really anything. He was like, you probably will have to get some of your lung removed. And he recommended that I see a thoracic surgeon. I went to see Dr. Williams, and she confirmed that it was stage 1 lung cancer, even though I knew it was still obviously upsetting. And I started getting upset, but she was again trying to be as hopeful, like, we're gonna get this. We caught it early, which I was so thankful, and I think I was not writing it off all the time, but like, all right, we have it early, we're gonna get it. Again, surgery is gonna be all I need. She told me the plan, what she wanted to do, and go in and take my right lower lobe. That a wild experience. I don't want to say like it. Traumatic's probably not the right word, but like it life changing. Even though I was just again thinking my life wouldn't change as much as it has. It's still really great. Like my life is great, but like life has changed. So I was there for 5 days. I was the youngest person on the floor because through this whole process, every doctor has asked why I'm there. What are you doing? Because I'm healthy for, the most part. I work out, things like that. So again, I was just, every time the doctors were asking me, and I was like, I'm trying to find out why I'm here. It's just been hard because I will say, no matter what, like, I never thought in my life that I would ever get cancer, even with my dad having it. Like, I never really just thought about like the genetic piece, which they said that has nothing to do with this. When I found out, I was trying to stay so hopeful. And then I also was like, how do you tell people that you have cancer? The December 1st surgery happened. I had my follow-up mid-December. The cancer had spread to 3 of the 18 lymph nodes that she took. So it was upgraded to stage 2B. Again, she was trying to stay super hopeful, but that was when she's like, you will need further treatment from here. So that was a dagger to the heart. There was a cancellation for an oncologist, and we were able to get in that day. So we met with an oncologist. What a blur, but she said that I would need chemotherapy. I was adamant that I was not going to get it because I am not a fan of medication. So when I did talk to my surgeon at the follow-up, she's recommended a port. And I was like, well, I have good veins, blah, blah, blah. I'm so glad I got the port in some ways. So I got my port placed on the 8th. Supposed to be super easy. My lungs collapsed during procedure because there was a hole poked in my lungs. While I was in recovery, they realized that my other lung was collapsing and it was not great. I will say that moment, I honestly thought I was gonna die, because whenever I hear lungs collapsing, I just thought, like, what do you mean? When I was at my oncologist appointment, thank God my mom was there because she brought up fertility while we were there. So they referred me to the Institute of Reproductive Health. That was the most overwhelming experience of my life. He wanted me to make a decision of what I wanted to do at that moment. Yeah, no, I didn't have a decision for you. I was sobbing my eyes out. He gave me the weekend. So that Monday, I decided I was just going to do freezing my eggs. But I was so blessed they were able to get 34 eggs and freeze 28 of them. That first round of chemo put me down bad, like really down bad. And I will take pain over any nausea any day of my life. Now is the hardest because like not sleeping, and people are like, yeah, I don't sleep either. I'm like, no, you don't get it. The sleeping and non-sleeping, getting tired, it's just hard. I went back to work, so finding a balance with that is extremely hard. I thought I was going to have to get immunotherapy, but then she was like, just this targeted pill. I guess she was saying that it is, I don't want to say a better thing, but I'm hoping that it's hopeful, I guess. So that's kind of, I did ask if I'd have to take the pill even if it wasn't there, and she's like, research says that we just need to keep on taking it. I will say an emotion that hit me kind of recently is the thought that it always can come back. I don't know why. Again, for some reason, I'm like, oh no, it's gone. It's going to be gone forever after one chemo treatment. Like, some days my thoughts are just super hopeful and kind of out of this world. But I will say that is going to be something that I'm really going to have to work on, is like the fear of it coming back, because that's like scary. I am hopeful that I am going to kick this thing's ass. I had someone tell me, like, the way you're handling it, like laughing through all the challenges after I'm admitted in the hospital after a port placement. You have to do that, like, or else you're going to completely lose yourself. And I'm not saying it's easy by any means. And some people may be like, she's having a great time. Like, what the? No, I'm not. But like, you have to. And I try to make light of every situation. My like support squad like is so crucial. My like team of doctors is so crucial. And that's why like I'm able to think of great things in the future, where my life was last year of doing like girls trips, doing trips with everybody, family things like sports games, wanting to build a house, like do other things like that's gonna come, and I know it's going to come. It's just the joy's gotta still be there. So that's what I'm trying to do, is still try to live